quick video to just show how I can reattach this cover to whatever little bit left here of the cover on the edge, right? So my idea is to not to use any adhesive, but just to use plain CNF nanocellulose and add it so that the fibers from this strip here will attach to the fibers here via the nanocellulose. Nanocellulose is going to be cross-linking or bridging, if you will, the fibers from these two pieces of paper, basically, right? So there is no other adhesive. Not that nanocellulose is an adhesive. Nanocellulose typically is regarded as being fiber, and it is going to be used solely here to attach to this area here of the cover, right? So all I'm going to do is use plain nanocellulose. This is the last bit I have. I'm expecting a shipment. Hopefully, I was planning a different video for today, and that is going to be delayed because the discussions we had on the prior video on the attaching the cover of Giant Size Batman created some buzz there, that or the adhesive must be the ones causing it to attach. Certainly the adhesive, but certainly the nanocellulose. I'm going to show you. So this is just pure nanocellulose. I'm going to apply it straight to the edge of this, right? Just the edge in the area where I'm planning to have them meet, right? Like that. So this would be the area here, and this would be, so I have to go up here too a little bit and apply plain nanocellulose to it. Demonstrate the power of this stuff, how it actually clings everything together, right? But the clinging is more of a fiber clinging to fiber rather than adhesive causing things to meet and attach, right? This is stronger stuff, right? So what I'm going to do now is just lay it on. So just give it another brushing here like this. I'm going to lay it straight on this area, and I'm going to brush this area also just to make sure. Little fiber here, deposit to this area. I'm even going to seal this here, right? This here I'm going to seal with nanocellulose. Just bring it in like that, right? So you have more of a complete repair here. You can see the repair is going to take a bit here, right? So you have to. This is, I think, goes up, so I'm going to repair it this way with just nanocellulose. So I'm going to just pretend this is the area we're doing. And let's add it to specifically this area, and let's put them together. Of course, it'll leave tight lines and all that, but that's not a concern right now, right? I'm just curious to see if it's going to work on its own, right? Would it bring these fibers together now, right? These fibers here from here, from here and here. Will they meet now into making contact and making adhesion? Okay, so all I have to do now is let it dry with weight on. So I'm going to put the remain blot of paper and some weight, and that should do it. All right, it's been a couple of hours, I would say 3 or 4 hours on the Superman, on the Superboy issue. And I put it actually eventually in the press, right? Just to make sure the seal is okay. We did only seal from here to here, basically. And let's see how, if it's holding. See if it's holding. It is holding. Look at that. I'm pulling it. It's holding. And you hear that sound? That's because now the nanocellulose is cracking at the areas where it was holding. But if I keep going like this, you see how it's holding? Look at that. From here to here, it's holding. And that's what you need in addition to, this is only nanocellulose, but in addition to that, if you add now nori and methyl cellulose, because now you have additional adhesive that are helping with the adherence. You can see that it's holding by a thread, but it's holding from here to here, exactly where we applied it. That's the magic of nanocellulose. Very, very strong stuff, guys, right? So if I pull on it, of course, it's gonna tear, but I'm not gonna. This book is nice and just needs a back cover, basically, right? But we can probably rebuild this area here with just paper and put it all together, right? Maybe we'll do that. But it's holding. I can flip it now open and read it, right? You don't want to be too harsh with it, but still, it's holding. That illustrates how nanocellulose works. It's fiber to fiber, and it's forming hydrogen bonds at the same time with the other fibers and with itself. So it's a very strong fiber, guys. All right, so the same Batman we worked on last time, guys, right? If you go through it, you're gonna find that there are some tears inside, right? So how do you fix the tears? Of course, nanocellulose comes to the rescue here. I have here equal amounts of nanocellulose and methyl cellulose and water, right? So this is all in a mix, and that white color you see is largely due to the nanocellulose fibers, which are all in here, right? So to do this properly, you're gonna need blotting paper underneath, right? Like this. You're gonna need Rimet, goes right underneath like that. You need to line it up properly so that the tear is fixed nicely. I think it's gonna be this way. Yeah, this way, I think, unless it is this way. I would say this way. Can't decide this way or this way. I think part is this way and the other part is this way, right? This way, definitely this way. Because this from the back looks better here, this way. Okay, so what we're gonna do is proceed with the fix. So what I'm gonna do is use my brush to brush this solution directly on the tear. And the solution, of course, has in it an adhesive in the form of methyl cellulose and then the nanofibrils, which are gonna make a cross bridge between the fibers of the tears, right? So this is, we're gonna do the tear itself like this. Oops, sorry. Right? Like that. and then seal it in place like this. You can certainly brush both sides, so I can brush this side here, narrow amount of the nanocellulose and the metal cellulose, and another brushing in the back also. Right. Just gives it a better, more stable that way, right? And now you need another remain. Goes on top, another blotting paper like this. Maybe if you want to use even paper towels, you can do that on top like that, right? And then something like a board that goes on top, and then put on some weight, right? Or put it in your press, either way, right? So I have this convenient dumbbell that broke at this juncture, and I'm just gonna put it directly on top. That's about 5 pounds right there, right? And then I'm gonna let it dry au naturel for a few hours, right? And then come back and evaluate, see what happens. All right, it's been a few hours. Let's take a look. There's the repair right there. It's the back side, front side. Really strong repair. Like if you go like this now, you can of course undo it, but I'm trying to separate the two sides and it's difficult, right? So it looks like an almost invisible repair, right? Look at that. Back side, you don't even see it on the back side at all. Very impressive. This is still holding, by the way. Okay,